Okay, welcome back to video number 4, I believe we're on. Right now we're actually getting into the design of your enclosure, okay? Well, we are, but we're not. Okay, what I mean by that is we're going to get or create an orthographic projection using our CAD software, alright? And that is going to give us all of the dimensions of the part that we drew. So it gives all of the dimensions we need for this to create our new part. Okay, so let's get an idea of what we'll be doing, what materials we can use, and all of that good stuff when it comes to making our own enclosure. So have a quick look online. You can see there's some here using acrylic, some using some MDF, some plywood. Those have been done on the laser cutter. Okay, scrolling on down here, we can see there's a few more on the laser cutter, quite a bit. There's one there that's been 3D printed, so there's a capability there for you as well. And you can use this software. You're using this Inventor software will allow you to use both the laser cutter and the 3D printer. That's important that you know that this is CAD CAM. There's quite a nice design. And how is that done? Laser cutter. Different colored pieces of acrylic, one layered one on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other. Look at these little things over here. Nice little bolts holding it all together. Alright, so just a very quick look online to see what other examples there are. There's some clear acrylic used. Okay, again on the laser cutter. Alright, but you're not limited to using a laser cutter. I would like you to use some form of CAM, but you can combine some CAM. What's CAM is computer aided manufacture. So I would like you to incorporate at least a little bit of CAM in there, and that could be, I'm just going to make the enclosure by hand. Perfect. But include a little bit of plastic or acrylic just to lift the quality of it, alright? Cool, and it also lifts your skill level too. Right, let's get into it, alright? Let's get into the actual orthographic projection, the big fancy word, which really doesn't make, it's actually quite easy, alright? So we have saved our drawing, and the first thing we're going to do is go up here and click on New. We'll go to Metric. We'll click on, or we'll scroll down now, so we've done part. We'll do assembly later when we've done our actual enclosure, but we'll go down here to drawing this time. Alright, and we're looking for a DWG file, and we're looking for millimeters. That's pretty good there. And see mm.dwg. Click on create. Now, again, quite a big software. Give it a little second. Let's do its magic. Now then, we're into it. So what we can do is we can go and click on base, and it automatically finds the last drawing that you were working on. How handy is that? Alright, we can, so we've got, it's automatically throwing us up the front elevation down there. It's going to throw us a plan view there. It may even do a 3D over here. And there's another elevation of it there. Now I'm just going to press OK. So what have we got here? So that's what the front looks like. This is what the side looks like. That's what it looks like from the top. And that's what it looks like in 3D. Now look at the size of our page and look at the size of our drawing. If I right click here and go to edit view, I can do things like changing the scale to make it either bigger or smaller. So 2:1 means it's going to be twice the size of as what it should be. I'm going to press on OK and see what that does. I've got drawings, one sitting on top of the other. I can just drag them away. And notice that when I drag it, it only allows me to actually drag it when it's in line with the original. So I thought I was going to sneeze there. And this drawing over here, I'm going to make it quite big as well. So edit view, and this time let's make it humongous, 3 times the size of what it should be. In actual fact, that's probably quite a nice size there to actually see what we're doing. So let's do that for all of our drawings. Sorry, it has to be the original that we check. and we go to edit view, change the scale to be 3 times bigger than what it would be. Click on OK. There we go. Now, right. Now we can get into it. Annotate. Dimension. Alright, I'm going to click on this bottom line here and this top line up here and drag that out to the left and click. Primary unit, I'm just going to put it down to 0, okay? So that should then mean that we don't get really any decimal places, or we can say allow for 1 decimal place. So if we zoom in, that gives us 17.0. Right. So let's get to our next one now. This drawing page looks like it's going to be quite big. So the way we can change that is by going into sheet here. I'm actually in dimension here. So 1 second. Right. Press escape on your keyboard. Click on sheet. Right click on it. Go to edit sheet, and then we can change the size. So we actually want it to be A3, really, don't we? Click on OK. Now it looks a bit big. So edit view again. Edit view. Let's bring it back down to size 2:1 will be fine. Click on OK. Drag that down onto our page. Now really, does it actually matter, this drawing, on the page where it sits? Not really, because we're only using this as a working document. So I'm going to change the orientation around somewhat, and not really in a way that it should be actually presented. So that is 2:1 and press OK. Now, when it comes to presenting these in a more realistic version, we'll come to that later. But in terms of us trying to get our dimensions correct, ready for doing our drawings, we're going to use this page now as it's set up here, okay? So what I'm going to do then is click on the dimension tool, click on each of the lines that I need to know. Okay, that's going to be 1.1 again. The dimension between there and there is going to be 5. The dimension of that one is 15 again. The dimension of this one . So you're just using the dimension tool. Sorry, I'm just after clicking on that green ball again twice in a row. You're just using the dimension tool to give you an idea as to what you need for each of the dimensions, alright? Now, yes, in theory we could have just worked off the dimensions that we used in the first place and try and figure it all out as we go. However, I believe this will be more accurate and more in line with your actual drawing. That'll make things a little bit easier when it comes to putting it all together. Alright, so again, each of the components, we're dimensioning everything that we need to know. We'll dimension now. And we can come back into this drawing as we go as well to help put it all together. Now, right, that's enough dimensions for the time being. Okay, realistically, the main measurements that we need to know at this stage is 56 by 17 to create a rectangle. This is for the back. Now we need to think about what we're going to do. Are we going to laser cut it? Are we going to use a 3D printer? And what thickness of materials are we going to use? So for example, if we're using the laser cutter, the chances are you're going to be using a 3mm plywood, okay, or MDF or acrylic, but they're all 3mm. So we would think about the solder that's underneath the PCB, underneath this red line, add on another millimeter to the 17, Maybe add on another 3mm then, so that you've got some acrylic to run along the base, some 3mm above here to run along the top, and the same thing for the sides. So we'll take that into consideration now as we start our new drawing. When we click on new, click on metric, click on part, so part standard mm.apt, click on create, and you'll notice down at the bottom this is your new part. So if we go to file, save as, and we're going to call this one here USB side of enclosure, and press save. Right, and we'll save this drawing here as well. We're going to go file, save as. That's not an orthographic, not a true orthographic, so let's just call it a working drawing, okay? And press save. Now we've got those to work from as we go. So if you're finished this lesson early and you want to get into it again, you've got it there. You don't need to recreate it. So now what we need to do then is a rectangle. We've just stated that. We're going to draw it from the side this time. We're going to click in there where it says 0, 0. We're going to drag it out, and we knew that it was 17 in height. Right, so if we click on our working drawing down here, 17 from the base of the PCB to the top, plus some solder on the bottom, plus some material for the base, plus some material for the top. Alright, so that's all of our considerations. We're thinking now as we're going. So 17 in height, plus solder in the bottom, we said about 1mm, plus 3mm for the base, plus another 3mm for the top. And it depends on your design if you've got anything overhanging or not. And I'm going to press enter. Right, so it's given us 24. Oh no, I didn't do the sides. Right, use your dimension tool, click on the side, right, and click up here. Gives us an opportunity now to go and figure out what the width is. So 56 plus a 53, or sorry, plus the 3mm on this side and plus 3mm on that side. Okay, now anyone that's good at maths, you'll be able to tot that up into your head to 62. You can just type it in here. So if I go 56 plus 3 plus 3, press enter, and zoom out, you should get 62 as well, alright? Now, so you can allow the computer to do the maths for you, if you like. Right. Where are we now? Where are these little boxes going to be? So, again, back into your working drawing. So we need to find out what distance, first of all, what distance is it from the edge here to this edge here? And that is 1.5 on my drawing. It's probably not 1.5 in real life, so do double check your dimensions. So 1.5 plus the 3 over there will be 4.5. So if I go and draw this time now, I'm using a different rectangle now. I'm using a 2.1 because, what do I know? I don't know. I don't need to use that. We'll use it anyway. Let's see what the difference is. I can draw a corner rectangle there like that. I know that the height of it, if I go back into it, so you can click back in there, the height is going to be 16 by 15. Back into my other drawing again, so if we go 16 by 15, press enter, I know that the spacing is going to be 1mm for the solder, 3mm for material, that's 4. 3 plus 1 is 4. So 4 up from the base. From the edge to there, we said it was 1.5 plus the 3mm of material. Press enter. Okay, so that's the first hole. Next one is going to be the exact same thing, but just 5mm over from the original. So go to copy, click on all of the parts that I want to copy. I'm going to go to base point. I'm going to select this base point and drag it across to there. Right, press escape, click on the dimension tool, click on this line, click on this line. The dimension should be 5